Hello, beautiful vloggers. It's your girl Shay. I am here with the Basketball Wives finale. Sorry I missed last episode, but I'm here now and we're about to get into it. Make sure you like and subscribe. There's more videos coming your way, all right? So let's get right into it because, last episode, speaking of this being the last episode of the season, the previous episode saw Shaunie and Jackie get into it, and Jackie checked the shit out of Shaunie because, Shaunie thinks she's above reproach. Shaunie thinks that everybody has to kiss her butt, not realizing that just because you're an executive producer of the show, yes, they have you to thank for their jobs. But once you become a cast member of the show, you are not immune to criticism. And I think that Shaunie feels like everybody should bow and kiss the ring. Like they should be kissing her butt. They should be kowtowing to her like she is the baddest, and they just have to deal with it. Well, at the end of the day, when you talking about somebody's family, they not here for it. So, I'm not the biggest Shaunie fan in the first place because I think that Shaunie behaves in a way as if she is better than these girls. Shaunie behaves as if, she is always thumbing her nose at them. Like she, like I said, she's above reproach. She thinks that she is above them. They are her lessers. They are beneath her. And so they have to, bow to the queen. But nobody is kissing the ring. So at the end of the day, Jackie checked her last episode. So now this episode, I guess they still reeling from the situation or whatever. But everybody's still talking about the situation with Jackie and Takari. Now Takari is, of course, Jackie's eldest daughter. And they have this estranged relationship because Takari is dark skinned. She's not a heavy girl, but she is thick. And so she talked about how her mother always wanted her to lose weight, and she didn't like her complexion because Shani, or however she says her name, their daughter Chantel is more Doug's complexion, whereas Takari is more Jackie's complexion. And I guess that Jackie must not be happy with her own complexion because her daughter is not that much darker than her. But anyway, she has made it very known that her mother has treated her poorly because of her weight and because of her skin color, that her mother is hung up on colorism and all of these things. So, it has become a source of contention on this show. Now it's an even bigger deal because Takari sent Evelyn the book early. She sent her an advanced copy of the book, and Evelyn has now sent that book, taken that book and sent it to Jennifer. So Jennifer has been reading part of it. It looks like Shaunie doesn't really want to read it, which, I don't know if I would want to read it either from all the stuff I'm hearing. At first I said I was going to read it and review it, but I've been through some things in my life, and I don't like to read a lot of negativity and all that stuff. I like to read positive self-help and all of that kind of stuff. I like to read positive, uplifting things. I don't really like to read stuff that's going to put me in a negative space. So I don't think I'm going to be reading Takari's book because from what Evelyn and Jennifer were saying, they were talking about, everything that they've been reading and all of that stuff and how upset it made them. But even prior to that, they go to lunch and they're hanging out with Evelyn, and Jennifer were hanging out with Hazel, and Hazel was talking about how upset she was, and Shaunie was there as well. And Evelyn showed Hazel a photo of what Jackie's grandson looked like after he had been burned. Now, I'm not going to put the pictures up because I don't want to put that little boy out there like that. I know he's already on the internet, but he's a 2-year-old boy. I don't really want to be involved in that, but I did see the photos. He was burned very, very badly. And I believe that the story is that Evelyn was saying that a bottle warmer exploded, and then it exploded right near him, and he was burned really, really badly. And Hazel couldn't understand how this could happen to a 2-year-old because she has a 2-year-old. She was very upset. She was crying. She was really feeling some type of way about it. She was very, very sad, and which I understand, so that was kind of a moment that humanized Hazel a little bit because I gave her a really hard time when she got popped in the face by Saniy'yah. But yeah, I don't think that what's her name, Hazel, is a bad person or whatever. I think she's, an okay girl, and I kind of felt bad for her and all of this stuff. So, watching her be really upset and all that kind of made me sad. But it really makes me sad for Takari's son because he has still not heard from his from his grandmother. So then we move on because Evelyn, Shaunie, and Jennifer, they on the beach and they talking about the book. And now they're talking about the actual details of the book. And this is what made me decide that I'm not going to read it. Because they were talking about how she was saying that Jackie would go and buy big jugs of vinegar and pour the vinegar in 20-ounce bottles and make Takari drink vinegar all day because she thought that would she would make her lose weight because she thought she was overweight, and that Takari wrote her first suicide note when she was 11, and that's her first suicide note. So we don't know how many she's written since then and all of this stuff. Like, that is another level of depression when you start writing suicide notes and things like that. So I just was like, wow, that's just too much. And so after that, we see Tammy and Shaunie, and they go walking with Jackie, and Jackie did apologize to Shaunie for checking the shit out of her on that boat, because she did check her. And, you know, she apologized to her, and she was like, you know, I was just feeling like you were basically saying, like, you don't know me and you don't know what to believe in. And I guess that they, when they interviewed you or whatever, they misrepresented what you were saying. And Shaunie's like, no, that's what I meant. Like, I really don't know what to believe. And I think that Jackie felt some type of way. Tammy looked at Shaunie in some type of way. Tammy has completely taken Jackie's side on this situation, whereas I'm more on Takari's side, because I don't think that a child who really loves their mother would just make up stories like this. Plus, we saw seasons past, Chantel, Jackie's other daughter, confirmed all of these stories. Remember, there was a long conversation with Laura Govine. I believe it was either season 1 or season 2. They aired Jackie out back then and told how Jackie was horrible to Takari, and how she treated her so badly and all of this stuff. And Takari talks in her book about having Jackie turn her grandmother against her, but that's on the grandmother. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the grandmother because that's Jackie's mother, and I believe she has passed away. But if your grandmother turns against you, you know, she's still a grown woman, and that was her choice. But you don't know what Jackie was saying about her behind the scenes. But I'm just more liable to believe the daughter, because her sister, who you're still close with, confirmed that you treated her badly. So I'm sorry, but I'm totally siding with Takari on this. But Tammy is siding with Jackie. I don't judge. I still like Tammy, whatever. But she is siding with Jackie on this particular situation or whatever. So, you know, they're all confused about the situation. And Shaunie's like, I'm trying to figure out, why have you not seen your grandchild yet? Like, regardless of what's going on between you and your daughter, why have you not made that effort to check on your grandson? And I guess at some point, Jackie said that she's been working a lot or whatever and all that. But if you got time to go on vacation, you got time to go see your grandbaby. So I don't want to hear this whole I've been working story. So the truth is, I don't know what the truth is, but the truth is that Jackie has not gone to see this little boy. Now, maybe she's going to see him since, because we know the reunion is coming up. So maybe at the reunion, she's going to say that she has gone to see her grandson. But when this was taped, she hadn't seen him yet. Now, why she hadn't seen him, I don't know. But I do think that she should have gone and made that effort to see her grandson, because he is innocent in this whole situation. But at the same time, I can understand how your daughter writing a book about you would alienate you from that part of your family. So I get where Jackie is coming from, but at the same time, the grandson who was burned really, really bad and had medical bills and all of this stuff, like, he is innocent in this situation. I still would have gone out of my way to see him. Tammy then, well, actually, Jackie brought up that, you know, Evelyn has said that she should give her the $3,500 back. That's the $3,500 that Evelyn gave to Takari when Takari had that GoFundMe account. Now, they say that Evelyn was being sarcastic. I don't believe that. When people arguing like that, when they make comments like that, usually it's not sarcasm. I'm just saying. But Tammy says, well, I would have just gave the money back because I'm not about to do it. And I wouldn't have somebody hanging that over my head. I totally agree with Tammy. If you was hanging over my head that you gave my daughter $3,500 and you felt so big and bossy about it, if I really got it, I would have took that $3,500 and threw that shit at you. Matter of fact, I might have went and got extra money and gave it to you in interest. Like, baby, if it meant that much to you, here you go. You know what I'm saying? But Jackie then says, I'm not about to do that. That's 3 pairs of Louboutins. I think that kind of spoke to why people look at Jackie the way they do, because really that $3,500 went to helping your grandson who was badly burned. But the way your mind works, you see it as 3 pair of Louboutins. Now, maybe you're just saying that because the way you see it, I'm not giving that money back to Evelyn because I could be buying myself some shoes instead of giving it back to Evelyn. But Evelyn gave it to help your grandchild. So I didn't, and then she was like, you know, y'all could just ask Takari for it and all that stuff. And I'm just like, wow, you know, that was not a good moment for Jackie, in my opinion. I know it's a whole bunch of Jackie lovers. They're going to be in the comment section. Y'all always be in my comments. Let me know how much y'all love Jackie. at the end of the day, it's nothing wrong with being a Jackie lover, but you have to admit that at some point, I guess you could argue like this shouldn't even be a storyline because people are making Jackie's personal life their storyline, which is not right. But when you think about the fact that you have so much and your grandson needs so much, I mean, maybe in Jackie's mind, she's just not about to go out of her way for Takari because Takari is writing books about her and all this stuff. Because at one point she said something like, I hope the book takes off. That way I don't have to give her any more money because she, needs so much and all of this stuff and blah, blah, blah. So maybe she just is looking at it like she doesn't want to have to give Takari any more money. And she's sick of Takari needing money because Takari is having kids and she's, and she's not in a place financially to take care of them. Now that's one thing I will say, if Takari can't take care of her kids and she and stuff like that, then maybe that you should start thinking about some other avenues, some other routes, and start thinking about, I hate to tell a woman what to do, but you have to think about protection and birth control and all of this stuff if you have to ask other people for money. But with that GoFundMe account, that was a little different because it wasn't like she was asking for money to put food on the table. She was asking for money because her child was burned. Now we move on to Evelyn and Shaunie. They had dinner. Now this is another dinner that Tammy has skipped, and Evelyn specifically is feeling some type of way because Evelyn put it like she feels like Tammy is drinking the Kool-Aid. I've seen on social media and a lot of comment sections having to do with basketball wives, a lot of people think that Tammy is a flip-flopper. A lot of people feel like, in the beginning, Tammy talked a lot of shit about Jackie. She started a lot of drama. But I think that what it is that Tammy has never liked Evelyn, right? Because if you remember the beginning of the season, when it was all of that drama, Tammy was never here for Evelyn. Tammy was the one who kind of started up a little bit when she was like, Evelyn was the one seeing all of this stuff. Remember, Evelyn went into her phone. Tammy went into her phone and was trying to show Jackie all of the stuff that Evelyn had been saying in social media posts and was like, yeah, I'll send you the messages of all the stuff Evelyn's been saying about you being a bad mom. Tammy has never liked Evelyn. So a lot of people see it as like Tammy is being a flip-flopper. I don't know. I will call a flip-flopper out. I do think that Tammy has a bit changed her tune when it comes to Jackie. But I think that what it really boils down to is Tammy cannot stand Evelyn. And so right now she's watching Evelyn get into it with Jackie. And I think that Tammy has respect for anybody who will stand up to Evelyn. So because Tammy has a long-standing feud with Evelyn, she has never truly liked Evelyn. Even when they buried the hatchet, they were never really cool. I think that that's what it really boils down to. A lot of people think that Tammy is a flip-flopper, and maybe you do too. I'm not here to say whether she is or she's not. I really don't care. But I think that what it really is that Tammy has never liked Evelyn. And now she's supporting Jackie partially because Jackie is standing up to Evelyn and she likes to watch anybody who will come for Evelyn's jugular. I think that that's what it really is about. And so, some people may agree with me, some people may disagree with me, but that's what I really think it is. I really think that that where Tammy is coming from is not so much that she is going from one side to the next, which some people think she is. I think it really boils down to the fact that she cannot fucking stand Evelyn. And she loves the fact that Jackie is giving it to her, that they giving it to each other. I think that that's what it really boils down to. And so now Tammy is Team Jackie, not because she is all the way Team Jackie. Part of it is that she's Team Jackie and she is siding with Jackie. But I think that part of it is also that she appreciates anybody who will go at Evelyn. That's what I really think it is. Y'all tell me though. Tell me in the comment section. Y'all agree? Do you think Tammy's a flip-flopper? Or is it that she's but she's kind of siding with Jackie a little more because Jackie is going at Evelyn? Or is it a little bit of both? Or is it neither? Tell me what y'all think, because I really don't have a dog in this fight. So tell me how y'all feeling about it, because I'm here for it. I don't know if it's just me, but I've always felt, even back in the days of watching Miami, I don't know if y'all watched Miami Basketball Wives, but I've always felt like Shaunie was closer to Evelyn than she was to Tammy anyway. So it always seems like when Tammy and Evelyn are not having, when they're not seeing eye to eye, it always seems to me like Shaunie kind of sides with Evelyn. She never makes it that noticeable, but to me, I always think it's obvious that Shaunie prefers Evelyn, but whatever. So Evelyn was talking about how she feels like Tammy is drinking the Kool-Aid, and she just is like, I'm just waiting on the shoe to drop. So we've seen the clips for the reunion. It didn't look like Tammy and Evelyn really got into it, but I am excited to see what happens if they're going to have another season, because I don't think this Tammy and Evelyn truce is going to last very much longer. I just don't. I don't think it's lasting right now. They probably not even in touch at all since the season is no longer filming. I just have a hard time believing that they're going to be able to make this whole situation work. I just don't think they see it for each other. They don't like each other. That is just the bottom line. But anyway, I did think it was really, really funny when Evelyn and Shaunie were telling the stories of, you know, being married to athletes and the other women and all of this stuff. And Evelyn talked about arguing with the chick in Miami who was driving up in a BMW, and I guess she said it was her ex. Now, she didn't say if it was the basketball player ex or Ocho Cinco, but I think she was talking about Ocho Cinco because they lived in Miami together, and her ex bought his side chick a BMW, and she ended up arguing with the chick. And then Shaunie talked about how she switched Blackberries with I think she was talking about Shaq, because that's the only famous basketball player ex that I know of that she was with. And they made a mistake of switch Blackberries or something like that, and the chicks was blowing up his phone talking about we had fun last night, and she went and flattened his tires and bust out his windows, and he had to drive his car like that with the knife marks in the car that said I cheated on my wife. And I was like, damn, I didn't know Shaunie was gangster like that, to be stabbing up the car and slitting the tires and all that shit. I thought that shit was funny as hell. I really, really did. That made me laugh. I also was watching when, you know, Jen, Evelyn, and Tammy, they had their lunch. Tammy made it very clear once again that she is Team Jackie. If you had any, you know, doubts about it, the way that Tammy talks, she completely makes a case for Jackie. She defends Jackie in a way. I won't say make excuses. I think she defends her because she considers Jackie her friend. And you know, she was saying like, look, maybe Takari doesn't want Jackie around. Has it ever occurred to y'all that that's the situation? And they were like, well, it seems like she does want her mother around. Well, otherwise she wouldn't be going through all of this. And then Tammy was like, well, it's always two sides to a story, which is true. So I will give Tammy that. Maybe it's more to this story, because there is, well, actually it's always three sides to a story. It's her side, and the truth. So we don't know what the situation really is, but it does seem like, you know, Jackie and Takari's situation, it's not going to end well. I wonder if she's going to be at this reunion. I don't think so, because I think that if she was at the reunion, Jackie would walk out. But I do wonder, though. I wonder. But they would probably show that in the previews if she was going to be there. So she probably not going to be there. So anyway, we get to the hotel room. And Jennifer, Evelyn, Shaunie, and Hazel, and Malaysia, they there. Malaysia, I love Malaysia, y'all know this, but Malaysia asked the maid that she looked like a prostitute. And I'm like, girl, if you have to ask somebody if you look like a prostitute, chances are you to put more clothes on. I love Malaysia, but I don't tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth. If you have to ask, do you look like a prostitute, you probably need to put on more clothes, boo-boo. For real. I get that she was joking and everything like that, and I get that you about to go on the beach. But then she said, the maid said, yeah, that she does look like a prostitute. But I agree with Shaunie. If you have to ask that question, you kind of have your answer already. You just don't realize it. Just my opinion. But then Evelyn gets to calling Malaysia an enabler because of this whole situation with Jackie. I don't think that Malaysia's being an enabler. I just think that not everybody sees Evelyn's point of view. Not everybody agrees with Evelyn's point of view, and it doesn't make you an enabler because you disagree. I actually do agree with Evelyn's point of view. I don't agree with this whole situation with Jackie and all of this stuff, but that doesn't mean that because Tammy and Malaysia support her that they are enabling her. They are being friends to her. They are having her back. At the end of the day, they're not going to see your side just because you don't agree with her. I personally don't agree with a lot of things that Jackie does. I also don't agree with a lot of things that Evelyn does. But at the end of the day, that doesn't make them enablers because they don't see your point of view. I see your point of view, but just because they don't doesn't make them enablers. I'm just saying. And Malaysia was like, she just into positive energy and she wants to see love and support and all that. And Evelyn was like, well, I ain't got that for her. Evelyn was like, I don't have positivity and support for the girl. It's just not what it is. So we shall see what happens. And then they finally go to the dinner. Everybody's annoyed because they're finding out. Well, not everybody. Tammy, Malaysia are annoyed because they find out that the ladies have the advanced copy of Takari's book. And Hazel says she has some things she wants to bring up to Jackie. And I'm like, Hazel, this is why you keep running into issues. Because you just went paddleboarding with Jackie. So if you had something to say, you should have brought it up paddleboarding. I agree with Malaysia on that. You should have brought it up when you had the chance. But now you want to bring it up. Now, I will give it to Hazel. She didn't say anything rude or nasty or disrespectful. But why does it feel like you need an audience around to speak your mind when you had the opportunity to talk to her on a one-on-one situation? When it was just you, her, and Malaysia, and you could have pulled her to the side, had a one-on-one conversation. Why are you going to wait till Evelyn, Shaunie, and all these people at the table and then say you want to address her? You should have addressed her when it was one-on-one. And I hate to say that's why you got popped in your face by saniy'yah, but you kind of, I'm not feeling Hazel. I just don't like her. That's just my opinion. Whatever. So then, Jan tells Jackie, because Jackie and Malaysia went to the bathroom and then they came back. So Jackie is like not really happy. And Jan says, I read the first 50 pages and I couldn't read anymore because I had to stop when she talked about her suicide note. And then that's when Jackie starts saying, Takari got 3 kids and 1 on the way and all of that. And I do think that's a lot. Now, it's not a lot if you could take care of them, but clearly, Takari is having some financial issues. Jackie says she hoped the book take off because if the book take off, you could stop, doing all of this stuff where you needed money from people or whatever. Like I said, when she needed money, that was because her kid was burned. So that's a totally different situation. But she I hope this book take off because then she could stop asking me for money and all of this stuff. And then Jackie apologized for calling Evelyn's daughter a builder whore. Evelyn wasn't really here for it. She was basically like she wanted her $3,500, and Jackie got up asked Takari for it. So clearly Jackie not about to give Evelyn that money. And Evelyn did her little bye Felicia moment. I'm so sick of bye Felicia. Everybody keeps saying bye Felicia. When are we gonna stop saying bye Felicia? Okay, I get it, Felicia. So Jackie wasn't really here for it. I personally do think that Jackie should give Evelyn the money back, not because she owes it to her, but because if that's going to be a way to get her to shut up about it and you want her to shut up about it, I would just be like, here, bitch, take the money and leave me the hell alone. That's how I would do it, but that's just me. So, so they were getting into it. They were having a little moment. Then they went outside. Jackie kept saying that Evelyn was kicking her under the table. Now, I've kicked people under the table at dinner and stuff like that. Most of the time, it's an accident. Now, whether or not, I think that if Evelyn was doing it on purpose, we would have known because she would have kicked her hard enough for it to leave a mark or something, and Jackie would have really made some noise about it. So it probably was an accident because they looked like they were not sitting that far from each other. They were across from each other and maybe 1 seat over. So you can make a mistake and kick somebody under the table. But when Jackie was talking about it, that's when Shaunie and them walk out. And Shaunie was like, what happened? Jackie didn't want to talk about it. That's when Shaunie goes to Malaysia, was like, well, you tell everything else, so tell me. Now, I was watching and me and my people, we bust out laughing when that moment happened because Shaunie just was randomly went to Malaysia like, you tell everything else, tell us that. So, I was just like, what is going on right now? What I really think happened at that dinner is that Jackie handled herself very well. And I think that the ladies wanted to see her flip out. They wanted to see her be crazy Jackie. They wanted a reason to say, see, look, that bitch crazy. We've been told y'all she crazy. Excuse me. Sorry. But they wanted to be, I told y'all I've been sick for a little bit, but they wanted to be able to say, look, she crazy, she this, she that, whatever. So by Jackie not flipping out, she didn't give them that moment. So when they walked outside and Shaunie heard her saying something, Shaunie didn't just want to hear what she had to say. Shaunie wanted to kind of stir the pot a little bit. Because Shaunie is an instigator. Anybody who says she's not is not paying attention. Shaunie is very much an instigator. Shaunie wanted to see Jackie flip out just like as much as everybody else. Because Shaunie's still mad at Jackie for checking her on that boat. So Shaunie is not over it. So what they wanted for Jackie to flip the hell out. They wanted Jackie to act the damn fool so that they could be like, see, look at how she acts. See, look at how she get down. This is how she is. This is how she rolled. This, and that. They wanted her to act the damn fool so then they could be like, We told y'all this is how she behaves. We told y'all she crazy like this. We told y'all this, we told y'all that. But Jackie didn't give them that, which I think made them a little madder. Kind of made Shaunie madder. Jackie was checking the shit out of Shaunie. Like, are you my friend? Are you not my friend? This, and that. You know, I don't really care for Shaunie that much. So I was here for it. I like Jackie on the show. I hope they don't pull that crap where they try to kick her off the show like they did Saniy'yah and some other girls. You know, Jackie has been very much a shit starter on the show. And when I say that, I mean that in a good way. I don't know how it's a good way to be a shit starter, but you know what I mean? Like, she brings something to the show. She is much more entertaining than Shaunie. So if they kick Jackie off the show because she pissed off Shaunie, they're stupid. Because Jackie brings way more to the show than Shaunie does. Shaunie brings a production credit. Jackie brings entertainment. So this show could be produced with or without Shaunie. Shaunie may be a creator of the show, so she always gonna get paid for as long as this show is airing. However, okay, it's not going to be the same quality. It's not going to be the same Basketball Wives show. So they should think long and hard before Shaunie, pulls her little thank you for your services moment or whatever. Because if they try to kick Jackie off this show, I'm telling y'all, this show will never be the same. I disagree with some things that Jackie does. I agree with some things that Jackie does. I try to live my life where I judge them based on certain things that they do, not overall. I like Jackie overall on the show. I don't necessarily agree with everything she does, but one thing I will tell you is if she gets kicked off this show will never be the same. So Shaunie should think long and hard, because this is not Brandy, okay? Brandy was born as hell, so it didn't mean, and it was no water off a duck's ass to kick her off the show, because nobody was really checking for Brandy like that anyway. Okay, but you start trying to kick off people like Jackie or, somebody like that who actually brings something to the show, you may have a problem on your hands, because you're going to have people who stop watching the show because it's not going to be as entertaining. That's just the bottom line. So I'm excited to see how this reunion is going to go. I know y'all are excited. I'm happy to watch it and see how the drama unfolds and goes down or whatever. I don't know what's really gonna happen, but I'm super excited to see. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Hope you guys tune in, because it's gonna be a good one. I love Basketball Wives. They bring so much drama. It's like the Housewives, but for VH1. So I'm here for it. I can't wait till the reunion. And so that's gonna be a good one. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So excited for this reunion. Cannot wait till next week. Okay. All right. So I will talk to y'all later. And make sure you like and subscribe. Okay. Bye.